Viewers, the opposition that is boycotting the January Pran Pratishtha on January 22nd has strived over the past few days to take credit for restoring to Ram Lalla his Janambhumi. It may sound like a supreme contradiction or a supreme irony, but the opposition has listed many instances when it claims its interventions contributed to the Ram Janambhumi cause, viewers. It says it opened the locks of the Babri Masjid and facilitated the Shilanyas by the VHP. It says it brought an ordinance that gave the central government absolute control over the Janamsthan, eventually paving the way for the construction of the Mandir. Viewers, history is always contested, and there's no reason for me to diverse the opposition of its beliefs. I am no one to say whether they are wrong or they are right. But this doesn't preclude others, especially politicians, who might be actually challenging them from influence, who will be as indulgent to them, viewers. In fact, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has taken on the opposition for harboring what he calls are grand delusions. Yogi Adityanath pointed out to the opposition that under Prime Minister Modi's leadership, Ayodhya has undergone a transformation from being a communal cauldron where gunshots echo in the streets. Yogi says it is now a haven, a cradle where the glow of jyotis illuminate the future. Listen in, viewers.
क्यों है? क्यों भारत की परंपरा में वेदों ने सप्तपुरियों में सबसे प्रथम अयोध्या की वंदना की है? या भी नजदीक से उस आस्था को अगर लोग समझ पाएंगे तो उन्हें देखने और समझने का अवसर अयोध्या आकर के होगा। हां, इतना हम कह सकते हैं कि अब अयोध्या सचमुच अपने नाम के अनुरूप उस प्रकार के दर्शन लोगों को देखने को मिलेंगे। अब अयोध्या में वहां की गलियों में गोलियां नहीं चलेंगी, बल्कि दीपोत्सव होंगे। अयोध्या अब कर्फ्यू के दौर से नहीं गुजरेगी, बल्कि राम नाम संकीर्तन के गूंज से गुंजायमान होगी।
Viewers, by referring to gunshots, golis, Yogi has sought to kill two birds with one stone. First, it's a reminder to all how the BJP's rivals persecuted and killed Karsevaks in the name of secularism. And second, that the credit for the resurrection of Ayodhya must go to the NDA, as it is under Modi. The dark, blood-stained days of the past have been banished, as today the Ram Mandir stands as an ode to the sacrifices made by the Lord's own sevaks or bhaks. Indeed, viewers, those truly were dark days, as so-called secular politicians vowed to do everything in their power to prevent ordinary Hindus from reclaiming their religious rights that had been buried arguably under the weight of inquisitions led by wave upon wave of invaders. Let me talk you through the sequence, viewers, of some events that took place in 1990, for instance. UP Chief Minister Mulayam Singh Yadav said, "We'll teach them the meaning of law and order." Mulayam Singh Yadav gave orders to open fire at Karsevaks who gathered in Ayodhya. On October 30th, 1990, Karsevaks marched towards Babri Mosque despite curfew being imposed. 28,000 personnel of UP Provincial Armed Constabulary were deployed in Ayodhya. Clashes erupted after a saffron flag was hoisted atop the Babri Masjid. At noon, security personnel fired on the crowd, killing many on the spot. There was a stampede at the Saryu Bridge, which killed more people. On November 2nd, Karsevaks proceeded again towards the Babri Masjid. Police opened fire the second time in 72 hours and killed several Karsevaks. As per official records, viewers, 17 Karsevaks were killed in the police firing. But far from giving justice or nyaya to the Karsevaks, the opposition is today busy negating their sacrifices by suggesting that they were agitating for a false god Listen to Karnataka minister who scandalously dismisses the majority community's belief in the existence of Lord Ram by dismissing him and Ma Sita as, quote, two dolls under a dirty tent, unquote. Viewers, listen.
ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಕಟ್ಟಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ಇದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಿಜವಾದಂತಹ ಇದು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮೋಸದ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಬೋದು. ನಾವು ರಾಮನ ಭಕ್ತರು. ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ ಬಾಬಿ ಮಸೀದಿ ಬೀಳಿಸಿದಾಗ, ಇವ್ರು ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಯೋಧ್ಯೆಗೆ. ಒಂದು ಟೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಗೊಂಬೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ಇವನೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋರು. ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ರಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊಂಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನದವ್ರು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಆ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲಿ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನಮಗೊಂಥರ ವೈಬ್ರೇಷನ್ನು, ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ನನಗೆ ದೇವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಭಕ್ತಿ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಅನಿಸ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಯಾವುದೋ ಟೂರಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ತಂದಿದ್ದಾಗಿ ಇದು ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟವ್ರು 2 ಗೊಂಬೆ ಹೊತ್ತು. ಇವತ್ತೇನು ಮಾಡೋರೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡಿ.
They kept 2 dolls in a tent and said it was Ram. Viewers, that's the Congress Karnataka minister's point of view, K.N. Ranjana. Viewers, on your pictures, you're seeing Ram Lalla's idol on which the Pran Pratishta is going to be carried out, being brought in. That truck is not just conveying, viewers, stone idols, but is conveying a whole belief system, an ethos that is represented by Lord Ram, and which, viewers, defined our civilizational dharma. Our dharma, viewers, our civilizational dharma, Bharat's civilizational dharma. Viewers, the disdain for Hindu sentiments and in particular for Lord Ram sits at odds today with the proclamations of leaders like Sharad Pawar, who are seeking to snatch credit for the construction of the Ram Mandir. Listen in to what Sharad Pawar has had to say, viewers.
मंदिर त्या ठिकाणी उभा करायचा कोणाचा विरोध नाही. खरं सांगायचं म्हणजे त्या मंदिराचा इतिहास जर बघितला की ते मंदिर बाबरी मस्जिद फाडल्याच्या नंतर बांधण्याचा ज्यावेळी विचार झाला त्यावेळेला त्याची परवानगी ही राजीव गांधी प्रधानमंत्री असताना झाली. त्याला शिलान्यास हा जो झाला तो राजीव गांधींच्या कालखंडामध्ये शिलान्यास झाला. पण त्या रामभक्तांचा विचार राहिला बाजूला आणि रामाच्या नावावर राजकारण करण्याचं काम आज त्या ठिकाणी भाजप आणि RSS यांनी सुरुवात केलेली आहे. ही गोष्ट आपण गांभीर्याने घेतली पाहिजे.
The disregard of Congress leaders and others within the India bloc that dubbed the Pran Pratishta illegal, or viewers suggest that 2 dolls were kept to fool people into believing that Lord Ram existed, only strengthen the claim that Modi and his administration are the sole custodian of Bharat's Hindu civilizational past and also best placed to honor it. Viewers, we may not think that the Modi government has gone far enough, but to a lot of people today, it represents a lifeline. Let's put this to test. Once a communal cauldron, now a cradle of comedy, Ram's legacy saved by Modi, his Janamsthan preserved by Modi's government. Let's open this up. And I want to begin with you, Dr. Ranganathan. You're in our studio today. You're obviously sitting within now arm's length. And you might have been able to discern, seeing at close quarters now, the facts that I've put out there for you and the viewer. To draw a line, a distinction between what the opposition claims to perhaps signal something to its vote bank and what the facts themselves seem to suggest.
Good evening, Rahul. No, I think you're absolutely right, and thank you for that primer as always. 3 or 4 points. Number one, I think we have to accept that it is a miracle that the Ram temple has come up. judging by the way Hindus have been treated, not just ever since we got independence, but even before that. It truly is a miracle, and in no small measure, I would not be prone to bombast if I say that the BJP would not be here but for the Ram Mandir, and the Ram Mandir would not be here but for the BJP. If only the opposition, including the Congress, including all those people who've been saying such vile statements, had realized that this is not a Hindu issue. This is for our civilization. This is to correct the historical injustices meted out to our ancestors, and ancestors of 1 billion Hindus, ancestors of 250 million Muslims, and 150 million others, Hindus, Sikhs, Christians, and other denominations. What is painful in all this is the fact that not only did our politicians not realize that this is a civilizational issue, our courts also didn't, and this is very painful, and this is just the beginning, I would like to believe, because Kashi and Mathura and possibly thousands of others need to be reclaimed legally, because this is, and I repeat, and I am saying it as a Darwinian atheist, and you know me, this is not a religious issue at all. This is for our ancestors who remained in our memories, that were passed on for 500 years. 20 generations were forced to see the mosque. 21st is going to see the temple. This is what all this is about. People may say that the Ram Lalla idols, they were dolls. People may say Pran Pratishtha is illegal. People may say that this is bigotry, this is political, BJP is running away with it. Nothing else matters. All that matters is that show me another party other than the BJP. Yes, Shiv Sena, yes, comes to mind. But why didn't the Congress involve itself? Why didn't the other so-called secular parties involve themselves? And let me end by just quoting verbatim. This is a quote, "My direct order to fire at the car sevaks on October 30th, 1990 was needed to save Babri Masjid and maintain the faith of Muslims in our country. Even if 30 people had died in the firing instead of 16, I would still have not withdrawn my decision," unquote. Padma Vibhushan Mulayam Singh Yadav.
Okay, so you're saying that the BJP exists because of Ram, and Ram exists because of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and therefore, because of this very intense interlinking, the opposition should withdraw from making perhaps grandiose or delusionary
Why
claims.
didn't they get into this and include themselves in celebration?
Let's ask Sanjay Jha. He continues to be a member of the Congress party. He was there during some very, very, very important times defending the work of the Congress party, especially during the UPA regime. Sanjay Jha, why couldn't the Congress have done this? Why couldn't certain other governments which were spearheaded by the Congress and supported by the communists have done this? This is a civilizational issue, it is not a religious issue.
Rahul, this is a very serious discussion, and I would like to make a couple of points succinctly. Those who follow politics are aware that the Congress party in its manifesto of 1991 had mentioned that we support the construction of the Ram temple, but there should be no damage or desecration of the Babri Masjid. While having this conversation and quotes about the attacks that happened on car sevaks who were killed, extremely unfortunate and regrettable, I'm actually amazed at the astonishing silence on the destruction of the Babri Masjid that led to a communal bloodbath across the country. Over 2,000 people died, and we all know that that date became a defining marker of communal polarization in this country that the BJP led. Point number 2. January 22nd is the consecration of the Ram temple. I'm a Hindu too. I'm a practicing Hindu. I'm not been invited for the January 22nd event. I wasn't expecting that, but I will go when it's convenient for me to go, probably at the earliest. Does anybody here have to prove their credentials of being a believer in Bhagwan Ram or Hinduism by arriving on a particular date and time that the BJP chooses. And that's the point. That end of day, why are we not forgetting a very important technical point that Swami, I think it was Avi Mukteshwar Anand Saraswati made. He said that even the composition of the Babri Masjid Trust has been made by the Prime Minister, not necessarily including all the priests and the sadhus and the saints who had to be there. So there is an element of a quasi-political appointment. And here is the point. Who is the BJP and the RSS and the Sangh Parivar, Rahul, to issue certificates on whether somebody is, a loyal Hindu, a good Hindu or a bad Hindu? Who are they? Are they appointed as custodians or the rakhwalas or the thekedars of my great eclectic and very tolerant religion? They are not. They are hijacking it as a political project. One day after the Congress made its official statement, the BJP on social media put out posters of all the leaders calling them anti-Sanatan. And these are the same people to whom the Shankaracharya says, ki we are not going, all four are not going. And that tells you that it is not a religious event but a political event. I as a Hindu would look up to my Shankaracharya for what they believe my religion is doing right or maybe needs to do better. The Shankaracharya, Rahul, and I think you probably have read the interview transcripts, he have clearly said that there is an ullangan of the Shastras. There is a violation of the Shastras. So here you are seeing a situation where the BJP is being called as not following the principles, जो हम कहते हैं सनातन के जो सिद्धांत है, उसका उल्लंघन भारतीय जनता पार्टी और उनके नेताओं कर रहे हैं. And the last point, let me make this one point before we carry on. It is not just the four Shankaracharyas who are not coming.
Right.
Even a senior Mahant of the Nirmori Akhara has said that the Pran Pratishtha is not being done, या उनकी प्रक्रिया या जो प्रणाली या जो भी आप कहना चाहेंगे, it is not being done in the manner in which the Shastras prescribe it. It's a serious issue here. And I think the bottom line, Rahul, you know it, we are all seasoned people. Ajay is a seasoned guy, Vivek and Anand, all of us follow politics day in and day out. We all know, and Anand, I'm glad, conceded it publicly, that the BJP is here today because of the Ram Temple. Where he's wrong is in saying that the Ram Temple is because of the BJP. No, Anand, the Ram Temple is because the Supreme Court unanimously took a verdict saying that this disputed structure needs to be given to community X, and the mosque will come in a wide place. That's it. Let's not try and give credit. Just because the BJP had the Ram Mandir in the manifesto.
Okay, let me get Mr. Jha, let me get Doctor to respond to you, and then I want to open this up further. Yes.
First of all, tongue-in-cheek comments by my good friend Sanjay haven't gone amiss when he mentions that the Prime Minister made sure that the composition of the Babri Masjid Trust was to his liking. It's not the Babri Masjid Trust, it is the Ram Janambhoomi Sansthan Trust.
Yeah, fine, fair enough.
Yes. So
you get the message, right? You get the message of what I'm saying.
No, you were being deliberate there, but let's accept that. Number two, when I say that the BJP would not be here... I
strongly object to your trying to be clever by half.
Okay, anyhow.
Don't try and be clever by half.
Yeah, okay. Please, Sanjay, please. It is a fact, as I said...
members of the Ram Temple
Sanjay,
Trust.
Please.
Okay,
I did not
fair enough, sir, fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Don't forget that the trust was established because of an express order by the Supreme Court.
Yes.
And let me also tell you that a large number of people were elected to that body.
Yes.
So let's get our facts straight.
Yes.
Okay.
And
nonetheless,
just final
that
point.
That is the view of the Shankaracharya, not
just
mine.
Just a final point.
No, you know, the Shankaracharya, Sanjay Jha, I also write, and I've written a large number of pieces, and I have, on this particular Shankaracharya's interjections, exposed where he's coming from. So please make yourself acquainted with the facts, and those facts are now widely accepted. Yes.
Yeah. So when I said that the Ram Temple would not be here, I meant the modern Ram Temple, but for the BJP, it has taken a phenomenally active role in getting it done. And I'm not talking about a Supreme Court judgment here, but I take you back to the 1951 consecration of Somnath. The whole thing was managed by a cabinet minister from the Congress, right? The president went there for the inauguration. For when I say that the modern Ram temple, the BJP has worked actively to get it up and running, a choice of phrase that may be wrong. The fact of the matter is that all other parties could have also insisted that they also should be an equal party. I mean, what was stopping the Congress from distributing invitation cards? I don't understand that. What was stopping the Congress party from saying we want to be an equal contributor in not only the functioning of the trust, we want to have an equal say and measure in the construction of the Ram temple. They haven't done it. They did it for Somnath.
Put the onus on the BJP to say no?
Yes. They would have cornered the BJP, in fact. The BJP would have been forced to say, concede.
So Dr. Ranganathan, look, there was another allusion made by Sanjay Jha to suggest that we are apologists for a demolition. I think we are not. In
Absolutely
my book,
not.
viewers, and please go and read that book.
Yes.
Modi and India, 2024, and the battle for Bharat, that this was an egregious assault on constitutionalism, the demolition. So it's very clearly stated. In my last article also, I have clearly stated this. But viewers, I have to say one thing here. That when the Nehru cabinet cleared the construction at Somnath, what was there? There was a mosque. Where is that mosque now? Who brought that mosque down? What was that? If not, to use Sanjay Jha's words and paraphrase them, a state-sponsored demolition.
There was no mobocracy at the time.
No, hang on, sir. Because perhaps the mob was sitting in cabinet. Going by the number of completely undemocratic actions that were taken by that interim parliament under Mr. Nehru, one would think that the mob was sitting actually in government.
The First Amendment.
No.
The First Amendment, many desecrations, viewers, many desecrations, interventions on one side. If I start unspooling.
Dismissing the first communist government.
The mob was sitting inside, viewers. So don't push the point with me. I come very researched with my facts.
The cabinet a mob.
No, one second. So, well, sir, their actions were that of people who can take a sledgehammer to democracy. I mean, when you go and change then you see, you're going to argue with me without putting even one fact down.
Yes.
You will sit here, sir, make an allegation and then stick to it. No, what fact? You tell me, sir, should free speech have been circumscribed in this country? Should it have been? Yes or no?
It is being done today.
No, I'm asking today. The First Amendment
was passed in the last 70 years.
My God. You see these communist viewers. In fact, Nehru brought down one of your governments, my dear man.
Vivek is supporting
that.
That's
okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
Part of the nation.
My
God.
God.
In jail for 16 plus years.
That's okay.
Nehru took a sledgehammer and butchered the mandate
of the Congress.
And butchered the mandate of the people, pulled out a communist government, and that's okay. Now this tells you the mentality.
We have our differences with the Congress on many issues, but it is a secular party.
Let me also tell you, one second, don't argue with me. Just one second, I'll come to you, Mr. Sir. Why do you have to make this debate into a shouting match? Calm down, I'll come to you, my dear.
No,
you bring out your phone, you make your points like I do. I have written all my points down on this piece of paper. You make your points, I'll come to you, don't worry. I have to go to the BJP spokesperson. The second thing I just want to point out that Sanjay Jha referred to as the Nirmohi Akhada. The Nirmohi Akhadas, all 17 Mahants have got the invite, viewers, and they will be there. So there is no question of the Nirmohi Akhada boycotting this or not showing up. They've all been invited and they will be there. Last time, viewers, someone threw. No, one second, sir. One second.
I made a different point.
I'm giving you a fact. Okay, you can disregard it. It's okay. I want to bring in the BJP national spokesperson. Now, I just want to ask you a very simple question, sir. And of course, viewers, just before I go to Ajay Alok, Sanjay Jha has not commented on the remarks by a Karnataka minister who said that 2 dolls were kept in a tent and they called it Ram. Viewers, would this Karnataka minister say something as hurtful, as deliberately provocative about the gods, the idols and the icons of other faiths? No, viewers, they would never. They would never. In fact, viewers, the Congress party brought in the blasphemy law in Punjab to safeguard a religion there. from anybody making comments such as these. Do you know what this comment would attract if this was said about the Sikh faith in Punjab, viewers? Go read the newspaper what happened yesterday.
Rahul.
Yes.
Rahul, can I, Alokji, with your permission, I just want, if the camera can zoom in here.
Zoom in.
For the benefit of my good friend Vivek.
Okay, we're just zooming in. Yeah.
Or it's a bit difficult to...
No, we're just zooming in.
Okay.
We're just zooming in. But I can see communists not to be allowed.
So this was the Congress president under Nehru.
Yes.
Saying that the communists will not be allowed to vote.
Oh my gosh. And then they say that one is wrong to think that the mob was sitting inside government.
There we go.
I mean, this is the action of a mob.
Statements, selective quoting.
How
It
is
not
it
selective, sir?
quoting
It is
very
a fact.
selectively.
It is
Dr.
there anyhow.
Patabhi Sitaramaiya.
You are quoting very selectively.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course. If you don't want to
Yes.
defend your
These are
own
statements.
communist brothers, that's your problem. That's
No,
okay.
all
Maybe
I'm
you're
saying
making,
is-
maybe you're making a
no,
beeline for the
I'm
Congress.
defending, but-
no. What are you defending, sir?
no.
I'm bringing out points. Now, these aren't these the actions of people?
No, we have our own differences with them, but we support them at a national
disregard
level.
for
We have been doing
democracy,
it.
just like the mob has for democracy. You use the word mobocracy. I haven't. Anyhow,
No. Having
BJP
a regard
national
for democracy
spokesperson comes
doesn't
in.
mean advocating
Ajay
religious
Alok,
structures
I want to ask
like
you, sir.
Dr. Ranganathan is advocating.
I'm asking you, Ajay Alok, the main challenge, the main question, the main grouse that Sanjay Jha has. This particular Pran Pratishtha is illegal. Shankaracharyas are saying it. Could you respond to this?
Well, you have already said about the Nirmohi Akhara, Rahul, that all are invited and they're going to attend. As far as Shankaracharya is there, I don't know how can Sanjay miss this. Dwarka Shankaracharya yesterday only gave detailed interview to many channels and he said very clearly and categorically there is nothing wrong in Pran Pratishtha and it can be done and there is no requirement of Shankaracharya anywhere in the temple if the new temple is being inaugurated. Like what Anand has just mentioned about Somnath and you also mentioned Somnath. That there is no need in Somnath. I'll just refresh the viewers also that there was not even Garbh Grih when it was inaugurated. The whole temple was completed in 1965 and it was inaugurated in 1951. See, the Congress has a problem with Ram. Just try and figure it out. The day it started, the temple was almost complete. They said, for the first thing it came that temple is not being made where Ram Lalla was there. Temple is being made somewhere else. Then they said the temple is not being completed. It's just being inaugurated. Then they said about Shankaracharya and all blah blah things. Because for them, Ram was never a part of cultural nationalism of India. Ram for them was a political tool right from the beginning. If any party, I repeat, and Sanjay will agree to me, in 1989 at the launch of Lok Sabha election, if any party used the word, we will begin the Ram Raj, that was Rajiv Gandhi. They used the tool, Ram, and they say that BJP is because of Ram. Yes, BJP is because of Ram. This country is because of Ram. Maybe Congress is because of Rome. I don't know. That's your problem. Then Sanjay said in 1991 Congress manifesto, they said that we support the idea of Ram Mandir. Very nice. What a hypocrisy. 1991 you say that we support the without demolition of mosque, we support the construction of temple. But in 1992 you come out with Places of Worship Act. What was that? That means you are still opposing Mathura and Kashi which are there in the court. I mean, you took the right away from Hindus that they cannot even reclaim their temple. This is your mentality. Then if people perceives you that you are anti-Hindu, then what's the wrong in it?
Well,
They're continuous instance by instance.
Let me
What
ask-
BJP has done, BJP is only a facilitator. BJP has only been a facilitator. Had they,
Rahul,
and
can I respond
because
to
of
that? No, if
absolute
you were a
majority,
custodian-
what Narendra Modi government had,
Let me ask. That is a good point that the BJP
Yeah.
national spokesperson is making. Let me ask Vivek Srivastava, if you were such a custodian of the religious rights
Yes.
of even the Hindu community, like
Yes.
the Congress claims and the Indie bloc is today claiming, then sir, tell me, should the Congress party have pulled out of the Tamil Nadu government where a minister and the son of the chief minister came out and said that Sanatan Dharma must be eradicated? Do you know, sir, the Maryada of Sanatan Dharma is Lord Ram? So if you were such the custodians of
Why
Lord
don't you
Ram's
want it?
legacy, why aren't you asking, would you not condemn the Congress for supporting the DMK stand?
First of all, no. First of all, I would like to correct Dr. Ranganathan. It is not the job of the political parties of this nation, as per our constitution, to be promoting particular religions, particular gods and particular temples. It is not the job of the parties. It is not the job of the Congress party or the BJP or the Communist or whoever.
It is the job of the government because
Congress क्यों नहीं आई और आप क्यों नहीं आए?
The government is reaching billions of only Hindus.
If there is a dispute,
Hindu temples are under the control of the government.
Whatever the court says,
Their
you have to follow
land,
it.
their revenue.
आपका काम
You have a communist government in
It is not
Kerala.
your job
You
to
have
make
5 temple boards. You are leaching billions of Hindu temples.
To make temples.
And you've seen the scenes in
It's only
Sabrimala.
for governments to loot them, is it?
People and put all the funds in your pocket, the government has to intervene.
For you.
That's a different issue.
God.
Religion is not a subject of the government. And Jawaharlal Nehru was right in not going to Somnath temple. He was totally correct. And the Prime Minister today is simply making a political statement.
Right.
Honorable Shankaracharya has said.
So the President Rajendra Prasad was wrong.
On the day of
was wrong.
Navratri,
6
it was
cabinet
pre-born.
ministers of Nehru were
Simply
wrong.
to misuse the temple for 2024.
Mahatma Gandhi was
Patel
wrong when
was
he
wrong.
said,
Sardar Vallabhbhai
Mahatma
Patel was
Gandhi
wrong.
himself wrote in
Mahatma
Young
Gandhi's
Indian.
Ram
Mahatma
and Modi's
Gandhi
Ram are
himself
different.
wrote in Young
Mahatma
Indian
Gandhi's
that the
Ram is
Indian
not the same
state
as Modi's Ram.
at independence must
Mahatma
reconstruct the
Gandhi's Ram
Somnath
was inclusive
temple.
of
He said
everyone.
it.
And your Ram is
It
Sitaram.
symbolized unity.
Your Ram is Sitaram
It was
Yechuri.
not divisive like Modi's Ram.
Oh my
Who is
God.
your Ram? Sitaram.
So look at
Modi's
who's
Ram
talking.
is
Now they are
just divisive.
differentiated between
It's Hindu
Ram.
versus Muslim.
What more you want?
Okay, look who's talking.
What more you
know,
want? They
there
are
is-
differentiated.
you don't
Ram.
follow Mahatma
There's a
Gandhi's
different
Ram.
definition of Ram now.
No,
You
Rahul,
know, after
let's
having
make-
licked the
go
entire
to
cream,
your Ram
is
in
very
China.
different.
The cat
Your Ram
is
is
different.
different.
The cat is
Your Ram,
beauty.
your Ram is
the-
different. Your Ram doesn't
Vivek,
love the
please.
minorities.
Vivek,
Okay,
Vivek.
Vivek,
Your Ram is not
Vivek
inclusive.
Srivastava,
Your
listen
Ram
to.
doesn't bless everyone.
Okay,
Vivek.
you've said that there should be no state involvement, none whatsoever with religion,
In
right?
promotion of religions.
In promotion of religion. So why did
Yes, in promotion of religions.
Rajiv Gandhi open the Babri Masjid locks? Why did he allow and facilitate the Shilanyas at the Babri Masjid mosque complex?
Answer that, Rahul.
No, 1 second.
Rahul,
Why
I
did
need
he
to
roll
answer.
back?
I-
Why did he
we-
roll back a Supreme Court judgment on Shah Bano? I'm asking you, sir.
I think Sanjay should. Sanjay
So,
should.
now Sanjay
Yeah,
should.
let Sanjay
Why
answer
does the
that.
left government not give complete independence by dismantling
We are very
all the
clear,
boards in
no
your state that
interference of
control
parties
Hindu
and
temples
government
and
in
take
religious
money from
activities.
them? I'm asking you.
We will control the Hindus temple. We don't want a Brahminical supremacy in this country.
This
There
is
you go.
And very
absolutely
clearly,
outrageous,
Periyar
a
and
bundle of
Ambedkar stood for
lies.
what we stand for
And
that.
this is, this is
We
just
don't want the
unacceptable.
money of the
We
temples
will
to go into the
control
pocket of
Hindu
Hindu priests.
temples.
How
We
dare
will
he speaking
control.
like this?
It should be
This is
controlled by
unacceptable.
the
These
government.
kind of
We will
Hindu
control.
temples.
What is he
How
talking
dare he
about?
speak like
50% of the priests are non-Brahmins in South Indian temples. Do you even know what you're talking about? Do you
Yes.
know that one member of
That
the
is
trust
equally
of
because
the Ram
some
Janmabhoomi
progress
construction
made
is a
by the
Dalit?
leftists
Dalit.
And by parties like
How
DMK.
shameless can you be?
Yes,
Stop
thank
controlling
DMK
Hindu
for it,
temples
thank
in
the left for
Kerala.
it.
You look at the state of how you managed
We will-
Sabrimala recently.
And it should be
The
controlled by the
devotees and
governments
pilgrims
across the
were packed
nation.
like sardines.
Do you know the government
You
that
cannot-
the
you
communists
cannot-
were
you cannot
supporting?
have the money of the
government
devotees
that the
going into the
communists were
personal pockets.
supporting, the prime minister of that government from his own residence would hold viewers,
Yes.
iftar parties, and invite everyone. And people would shamelessly go, including the communists.
Hajj subsidies.
Several issues. Viewers, you see,
Can I come in?
I don't know. I've run out of time. I'm terribly sorry, Sanjay Jha, because of the valiant interventions, the completely delusional of Vivek Srivastava. We have run out of time. Now, the point is, viewers, that you have just heard an entire ecosystem perjuring itself and shooting itself in the foot. On this basic question I asked, whether Ram's legacy was saved by Modi. They leap to take credit, but they also then say, viewers, that look, religion and state must be completely distinct.